everyone. I'd like to welcome you back to my channel, The Mental Health Detox. I am Caroline Baker, and I'm so glad to be back before you in this new year. Today, we're going to talk about something that affects many of us: anxiety in the workplace. I too experience anxiety in the workplace sometimes. Whether you're an entrepreneur, a first responder, a manager, a supervisor, an employee, anxiety can be a major obstacle to productivity and overall well being. So, in this video, we will explore some effective ways to manage anxiety in the workplace so you can perform at your best level, but also enjoy a healthier work life balance. So, stick with me to the end of this video because I have some hidden gems for you, but also some resources and tips to really help you maintain your mental health. Okay, so before we dive into solutions, let's talk about what anxiety in the workplace looks like. It can manifest very differently. It just really depends on you as the person. But having feelings of being overwhelmed, stressed, you just anxious, it may be about a meeting, certain deadlines that you have to meet. You may just have a lot on your plate to manage at that time, or even public speaking. All those things play into your anxiety and how you're managing your productivity at work. Anxiety can also lead to physical symptoms like headaches, trouble sleeping. Maybe it's the night before a big presentation at work and you can't sleep, feeling irritable, having nightmares, stomach problems, or just difficulty, having that enthusiasm and excitement about being at work. If left unmanaged, anxiety can really impact your relationships, your performance, and your overall quality of life. So not only is it happening in the workplace, but it can really start spilling over into your personal life, your home life, your relationships with other people, or just whatever else that you got going on if you leave it untreated. Now, let's explore some effective ways to manage that so that doesn't happen to you. And the good thing here is anxiety can be managed. And there also are some proactive approaches that you can take, which I am going to share with you now. First, deep breathing exercises. This is something that I do frequently. I love doing deep breathing exercises. Basically, you're just taking a few minutes each day to practice some deep breathing. And this can really help you calm your body, lower your heart rate, reduce that stress, kind of relax your mind a little bit, but it brings your body back into a sense of calm and in control. Tip number two, prioritize tasks. Make a to do list. Prioritize your day. So when you go in, you know exactly what you need to get done by the end of the day. And then make them into manageable steps. So break it down. And I think there's one thing we also need to just understand and accept that sometimes when I go to work and I have this plan for the day and nothing goes the way I had planned. And guess what? That is okay. Sometimes you have to be flexible with the day. You have to go with the flow of things. And if you only get one thing done out of that checklist of 10 things, so be it. It's just the way it is. But again, coming up with a plan to get the rest of those nine other items done so that you're still meeting your deadlines and still performing well. Tip number three, take your breaks. Okay. And if you could take more frequent, smaller breaks, definitely do that. But taking regular breaks throughout the day really helps you to be able to get your body up and move and stretch. Also, opportunity to clear your mind, but also to kind of separate. So if you're working on something very intense, and you're hyper focused in on it, having a break helps you go and look at something different for a while or focus on something different. But you give yourself an opportunity to come back with a clearer mind, a refreshed thought, relax, and you're able to see things from a different perspective. Tip number four, communicate with your team. Don't be afraid to communicate with your team or your manager about your anxiety. Many workplaces nowadays offer resources for mental health. They may have a coach on staff or a therapist or a counselor, but somebody that you can sit one on one with and talk about some things that are going on. There are tons of different type of wellness resources that I can share with you in the description. But again, first see what your workplace offers and then go from there. But don't feel like you have to hold everything in. You have to figure it out on your own. Talk to your team. Let your team members know when you're overwhelmed or when your workload is too full. Because again, that will help them to kind of help either sharing the workload with you, maybe remove some responsibilities from you temporarily to allow you to catch up. But again, this may be opportunity for them to identify like, hey, maybe the workload that this person's working might be more so for somebody, two people rather than one person. And so again, they will never know that information if you don't speak up and express your feelings and things that are going on with managing your workday. Tip 5 I have for you is to seek support. Consider seeking out a mental health professional. If you're questioning whether or not you need to talk to somebody, you probably should just go ahead and make an appointment. Again, going back to the last tip, your job may already offer some type of mental health resources for the employees that could be free to you. So take advantage of that first before you go out somewhere and you're using your insurance or you're paying out of pocket. So see what's available to you, but there's no shame in getting therapy. I just want to clear the air on that. Get out there, talk to somebody, have that additional support, because many of us may not have a support system. And you kind of in this thing on your own. So having a therapist or a counselor on hand really will help you as far as managing your anxiety and your mental health. And if you do not have a support system, I will link that video in the description for you to check out how to build a support system from ground zero, basically. So tip number 6, to practice good self-care. And that's making time for activities that bring you joy and help you relax. I'm not talking about just going to get a massage, not saying that there's anything wrong with that, but good self care is something that you could do repetitively, you could do in the moment, or you could do after you've had, a stressful day that keeps you balanced. These are, again, like the first tip I shared, the deep breathing exercises. This may be journaling, this may be talking with friends, maybe being intentional about connecting with people that refill you rather than drain you. This may be, considering like, hey, I'm at a point in my life where I need to get therapy. I need to work to some things that may be holding me back. That's practicing self care because, again, you're working to improve you. You're maintaining your health, you're maintaining wellness, and you're learning new ways to get better and improve. So, I have a whole spiel on self care related to Caroline, but just know self-care is just more than manicures and pedicures. Do more to improve you and something that you could do on a regular basis. You should be implementing self-care all throughout the day. Again, we're working on different clocks, so you want to have something in place in case you need it while at work, but also before to help you prepare for work and after to help you separate from work. Tip number 7, set boundaries. And when I say set boundaries, sometimes we need to set the boundary with ourselves because we are the ones that violate our own boundaries. And so learn to say no to tasks that are not essential or that you just cannot handle at that time. Again, going back to communicate with your team. Set boundaries with your colleagues, with your manager to protect your energy, protect your time. So this may mean, again, starting with you saying, hey, when I'm not at work, I'm leaving work at work. Don't go home answering emails or phone calls unless that's within your job description or that's for you to do. A lot of times when we violate that boundary, it gives others the opportunity to violate it too. And now you're still dealing with that anxiety and that stress that's coming from work, but now it's playing over into your home life and your personal life. So set those boundaries and stand firm on them, especially within yourself. Tip number 8, organize. I am a planner, journal, to do list type of girl. I need to write stuff down so I can remember. I love the whole feeling of having a checklist and crossing stuff out. It makes me feel good. It gives me like this endorphin boost that I'm getting things done. So the more that you can stay organized on top of your work by using tools that you know work for you, whether that's calendars, different software programs. I use my phone calendar a lot. These can help you feel more in control, which can reduce your anxiety and also reduce your feelings of stress. There's nothing like, missing a meeting or missing an appointment because you forgot about it or you were overloaded and couldn't make it. And so, again, staying on top of what works for you, but using those tools that are designed to help you stay organized. So, as I'm wrapping this video up, I want you to understand that managing anxiety in the workplace really requires a combination of efforts, whether that's self care, effectively communicating with your supervisor or your team, and then implementing those strategies that help you to reduce your stress and anxiety while you're at work and after work or before work. But again, doing all these things helps you improve your overall well being and increases your productivity and helps you to really enjoy that healthy work life balance, enjoying what you do. Remember, you are not alone in this struggle. I too, again, share some workplace anxiety, but I have my techniques in place that helps me stay balanced and helps me enjoy my job. I want to thank you all for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my content. We have more content lined up for the rest of the year on health and wellness. So I look forward to working with you all again and seeing you on the next video.